Let's go! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the 2026 MMA Fighting Fantasy Draft. Season 4 is upon us. That is right. Everybody tuning in, thank you for joining us here at MMAfighting.com. It's a great website. I am your host, Jed Mashu, and we're drafting. We are drafting fighters for the Fantasy League, one of the most exciting experiences I get to have twice a year. And with fights right around the corner, we're recording this the week before UFC 234 fight week. In fact, we're recording this on the day that Dana White has announced he will be making a big announcement. So will we know what he's announcing? Not sure. We're going to figure it all out. Some of these picks might look incredibly stupid by the time this goes live, depending on what Dana White does announce today. But we wait for no man. And so it's time to get drafting season 4. One major change, but we will go over that in just a moment. First, let me introduce the competitors. We will start with myself, Jed Mashu, because I was the loser of the season 3 MMA Fighting Fantasy Draft. So I will be getting first pick. Our next contestant, the man who won season 2, did not follow that up particularly well, Mr. Alexander Cayley, AK. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling uneasy, excited to be here with all of you, excited to be drafting again. But it was a little rocky. I'm gonna ask you, it was like I was kind of cruising. I feel like the first, when I actually won. This time, man, I was up and down. Some disappointing performances. Delton Almeida not getting me a win wasn't great. Torres Penny didn't even fight. So we're hoping for a little more stability. We still want fun, Jed, but we want stability. I think this time around to kick off 2026.
Look, you had a Super Bowl hangover. Sometimes those happen, and we'll see if you can get back on the winning track here. One of the big changes for season 4 of the MMA Fighting Fantasy League is a contestant. Last year, Casey Leiden was competing with us. I think that was his second or third season with us. He obviously has left MMAfighting.com, great website, and he is being replaced by the hardest working man in the entire sport, Mr. Jose Youngs.
I'm doing my best Dale Cooper impression right now with my thumbs up. You also said UFC 234. It's UFC 324 coming up.
Sometimes dyslexia happens.
The prop bet quiz reigning champion should know that, which might change by the time people watch this, but presently I am. So happy to be here. I am learning the rules as we draft, so bear with me, everybody.
I don't think you're going to lose the prop bet or prop quiz title. Jesus. And maybe you'll add another to your growing list of accolades. A man who has all the accolades in the world, and particularly all of them in the country of Brazil, the Brazilian beast, Guilherme Cruz, coming in at third place last year.
I'm getting better at this. So it was a pleasure. Especially, I'm super excited, especially now knowing that you're going to send the trophy down to Brazil. So yeah, I want to win this just because of the trophy.
If you win this season and I have to do that, that's going to bankrupt me financially, but it'll be worth it for the joy in your eyes.
Awesome.
The man who almost won last season, nip tuck till the very end, Damon Martin.
All I can say is damn you, Peter Yan, because I was winning until he beat Merab Dvalishvili, and
really were.
But yes, I'm back. I'm back hoping for a first place finish this time.
It really, because everybody anticipated, obviously, Merab, who's on your team, to beat Petr Yan, you looked like you were clearly going to walk to a victory, and then one of the finest performances we've ever seen handed that victory to our Season 3 champion, the voice of MMAfighting.com, Mr. Mike Heck.
The champ is here, and I'm ready to defend this title graciously, but very, very successfully. Let's go. I'm excited for this. A little, as AK said, a little nervous. There are goosebumps here, but we are ready to go.
I think AK won our first 2 seasons, so he was back-to-back, but I'm not 100% sure that's correct.
I don't know if I won the first season.
Casey won the first one, didn't he?
Casey,
my gosh.
Casey did win the first season.
I think
you're right. Tough scenes all around. I've done incredibly poorly at this game I've invented, so I'm hoping that I can change my fortunes around, and I will get the first pick in our snake draft to get to do so. A couple of odds and ends and sort of notes to make before we dive right in. One slight change from season 3. This year, we are allowing 2 keepers from your previous team. So for those who have not been privy to this experiment before, it is very simple. It is an MMA Fighting Fantasy UFC League. You are drafting 12 fighters, 1 in each weight class, plus a wild card selection. You get points for how they do over the next 6 months. The final event of this season will be the UFC White House card in June, because that just seems like a really good time for this to sort of be the cutoff point, right? As our point scoring criteria goes, you get 100 points for a win, you get 50 points for a finish, you get 50 points if they are awarded a post-fight bonus, and then there are additional points for title fights and main events, 25 and 50 points, and ranked opposition also gets you some extra points there as well. Pretty straightforward. Not much to say other than we are going to start by announcing, we'll go through each of us in draft order. We'll announce the 2 keepers from our previous team. Once that's all done, then we'll get into the drafting. Jose is taking over Casey's team. He has the option to keep 2 fighters from Casey's team. Any person who chooses not to use both keepers or any keepers may do so. However, the way they will make that up is at the end of the draft, once everybody is gone, if you still have remaining slots to fill, you will then draft them in draft order. So if 3 people decide not to keep anybody, draft order maintains, and they fill after we've gone through our 10 rounds of unified drafting. Does anybody have any questions, especially Jose, since this is your first time here?
I'm sure I'll have more when it comes up, but it's pretty straightforward.
I have a keeper question.
Keeper question.
If you keep someone in a wild card spot, do they have to stay? They don't stay in that wild card spot. You could keep them in their actual.
I did consider this.
Yeah.
I am content to allow you to retain a wild card keeper and shift them into the weight class in which they would fit. So I know your wild card is Torres Finney. He does have a fight on the books. If you choose to keep Torres Finney, you can keep him as a middleweight, or you can keep him as a wild card.
My question was strictly hypothetical. It had nothing to do with it, any considerations for my own roster, Jen.
Correct. Similarly, I would also say if you want to use one of your keepers and move them to a wild card spot, you could, though that doesn't really make sense because wild card is obviously more open than keeping them in a specific weight class. But I guess if you want to, sure. So no other questions. Let's dive right in. One last business note. Going to be a roughly 30-second shot clock on our picks. We're not trying to be here all day. Once we get the keepers done, 10 rounds of drafting, we're going to try and burn through this and get our team set up as UFC 324, thank you, Jose, goes down a week from now. So without further ado, single screen me, Mike, because I got to give you my keepers for this season. My team was an atrocity last year. I lost a lot of fights, but you know who didn't lose fights for me? Carly Giudice and Fatima Klein. They were the benchmark of my team. Also, they compete in weight classes that don't have a ton of fights on the books and have historically been fairly difficult to get like huge point getters. So for me, I will be retaining Carly Giudice as my women's 125er and Fatima Klein as my straw weight. Those are my 2 keepers. AK, you are next on the board.
I'm just making sure. Carly Giudice, right, 125. Okay. I almost thought, I was like, did he keep 2 people in the same division? Okay. Jed, I am going to go with my picks. My picks are pretty limited. I did not go with Torres Finney. I definitely thought about it. I love Torres Finney, but there's a lot of middleweight fights coming up, so might not have been reasonable. But he is going to dominate his next fight. Max Holloway, easy pick, a lightweight, definitely retaining him. Yep. And I'm going with Joshua Van. Not booked.
Wow, okay.
This is my second time. This is just keeper loyalty. I think he was my first keeper, and I'm keeping him again. Obviously, doesn't have the same benefits as in the past, where I was like, oh, this guy might fight 3 times in the next 6 months. That's not going to happen now that he's champion. I understand that. But I have a feeling whoever he defends against, whether it's, I don't like, probably not Pantoja, but we know there's a lot of contenders out there, Cobb, Tyra, whoever. It'll happen in the first 6 months of 2026. So we're going Joshua Van. Keeping him again. I like this kid.
All right. I mean, it's hard to argue with Max. He was very high on my board. Good selections. Jose, you adopted Casey Leiden's team. Not the best team in the world, though.
No.
It outscored me, so I guess there's that. Who are you retaining from E. Casey Leiden's team, Jose?
The first one for sure, Umar Nurmagomedov.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think
He
a
has
lot
a
of people
fight on the books against Figgy Smalls. Makes sense.
Yes, and I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you have Tom Aspinall." I'm like, Tom Aspinall might not fight ever again.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Tatiana and Umar.
Does Tatiana have a fight booked?
She does.
I believe so.
Yes, she does.
Who is she
So I'm gonna
fighting?
go-
Does anyone know?
Lupe Godinez.
Lupe Godinez.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
go
so-
with those two. Maybe not the most active two fighters historically, but they at least have fights on the record, on the books, and they could maybe get one more. And Umar might be a little tough because of Ramadan, but we will persevere.
No, I looking at Casey's team when we were discussing this, Umar seemed like a very obvious one, and then there were a couple of other choices, or you could have, your mileage will vary on Manel Kopp, or just whether you want to go fresh. But I don't think Tatiana's
Manel's
a
way
bad
too
choice.
volatile, way too volatile to keep.
Very volatile. And as I've found over multiple seasons of this, prime women's fighters they come at a cost. There are not that many of them. That's why I kept two. Good solid start to your draft, Jose. Guilherme Cruz, you are on the clock. Who are you
Yes.
retaining from your team?
I had two names that are going to keep, but AK's question with the top about wild cards and your answer made me change that.
Okay.
I was going to keep Yuri Prohaska, my biggest winner from last season, got me 300 points, and I was going to with another name, but I decided to go with my wild card and move him to the middleweight division, and that is Fluffy Hernandez. I'm going
that's
to
a
keep
very
him.
good pick.
He has a fight coming up, a main event against Sean Strickland next month. So maybe he fights twice. Not likely, but at least he's fighting a main event, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna win. So I'm gonna keep them both. Yuri doesn't have a fight book right now, but I have a feeling he's gonna fight soon. So and
you are keeping
that guy's a
Yuri as your
bonus.
other one.
yes, I'm keeping
Fluffy and Yuri.
Yuri and
Okay.
Fluffy. Yeah.
I'm, part of me wishes that Yuri was available because I love him so, but I think those are two very, very respectable keeper choices. And that takes us to the runner-up last season, Damon Martin. Who are you going to best Mike Heck with this year?
It kills me because I want to keep my welterweight and my wild card, but they're both in the welterweight division, so that kind of screws up things. So I'm going to go with Islam Makhachev because I think he is going to fight in the first 6 months, and probably going to fight Kamaru Usman. So yeah, I'm going with him. And then I don't feel great about this pick, but I'm going to pick it because he's on the books and it's a main event. I'm going to go with Alexander Volkanovski because he is my featherweight who didn't fight at all on my team last year, but he has a fight booked in a couple weeks against a guy that he just beat 8 months ago, and I don't know why they made the rematch. So let's just go with that.
Wow.
I have a
Picking Volk when he let you down, giving him an opportunity to redeem himself.
I have a question that might help Damon real quick. Wait, can't he draft two welterweights and have one of them as a wild card? Can't he keep one of his
He can.
welterweights as a wild card?
He can, but if you keep both of your welterweights as a wild card, you've removed your flexibility. So
That's
True.
why.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
originally going to go. I was originally going to go with those two, but the problem is now Islam's a welterweight, so I have no flexibility at that point.
Yeah.
So
I
the
see.
wild card. So
he can do it, but it really limits his ability to move around if he wants to. So that leads us to our reigning champion. And Mike, I know that you have been torn. Obviously, as a man who won, you've got a lot of great fighters. Which of the two that you're going to bring with? Because I'm probably going to take whoever you don't.
Well, I mean, I won this league due to three guys because half my roster did not even compete. The guy I'm keeping for sure is a man who is competing at UFC 324. Ateba Gautier will 100%
that tracks.
be retained on my roster. He's going to get a quick knockout and a bonus, and I'm sure he's going to fight once, maybe twice more this year. Now I'm torn between two other UFC 324 competitors. One was literally my MVP last season, Waldo Cortes-Acosta, who's getting ready to fight Derek Lewis. And if he beats Derek Lewis, he is in a terrific spot. But if he's in a terrific spot, he's going to want a title fight. does he keep the same activity? I don't know. So I almost kind of hope he maybe loses, then he'll fight maybe more. And then the other is obviously Kayla Harrison, who's getting ready to fight Amanda Nunes and defend her women's bantamweight title. She did not compete at all during the season last time. So I'm torn between the two of them. And if Kayla does fight, does she fight at the White House? If not, so I'm hoping if I pick Kayla, I have to hope she beats Nunes, which is a tall ask, and that she fights twice. But women's bantamweight just so bad.
Exactly why you should take her. Prime real estate.
Yeah.
It's a hard call, legitimately.
It really is. It's so hard. You know what? I didn't make it this far without being bold, so I can't turn my back on the man who got me to the dance. So I'm going to keep Waldo Cortes-Acosta. Because even if he loses to Derek Lewis, he'll probably still fight 3 more times before the season ends. So I'm banking on activity, and if he wins, he probably gets a title fight. So I think it's worth the risk.
The man who is the biggest Derek Lewis supporter in all of MMA has turned his back on the Black Beast to pick his opponent. I can't believe it. That is a shocker. And now really makes I thought you were going to keep Kayla, honestly. So my first round pick is now questionable.
The pros and cons are very, very close. But in the end, Waldo won me the freaking thing. I have to keep him.
I was unbelievably ready to draft Waldo Cortes-Acosta with the first pick. I wanted to be extremely clear. I'm going to put myself on the clock now, boys, because let's get into this. And so, with the first overall pick of the 2026 season 4 MMA Fighting Fantasy Draft, I will be selecting. Do I do it? Do I believe in her? I'm going to go. Nobody sees this coming. This is, in the NFL draft, when out of nowhere, the first overall pick is some crazy person. That's what I've done. I'm going to the women's bantamweight division, but I am not selecting Kayla Harrison because I am not confident she beats Amanda Nunes. And so I will be closing out my women's division and focusing on the men from hereafter as I take Bia Mesquita as my women's bantamweight fighter in the first overall draft pick. Nobody saw this coming. I bet Guy's mad at me, and I don't care. My women are going to carry me to victory this year.
Wow.
I had her name here.
We all did.
Of
course, the division only has like 3 people.
There are not a lot of good women's bantamweights. She's going to kill Montserrat Rendon come March. Maybe she gets another one in there. Maybe she doesn't, but she is going to get a victory, and that's guaranteed points. I learned my lesson from last season. I had all of my fighters competed. Not all of them won. I'm trying to get W's. Bia Mesquita, let's go.
If Rendon pulls off an upset, this is like the funniest results. The funniest pick in the brief history of our.
It would legitimately be hilarious. I don't know. I picked Kevin Holland and thought I was a genius last year, and then he lost twice. So that was also pretty funny. But AK, I have shocked the world. I've left Kayla Harrison to you if you would like to select her.
How do I follow?
You were on the clock.
All right. I'm hitting my own clock here because I know I'm going to take forever. Okay. Boy, great keepers, everyone. There's a lot of those names, obviously, that I think a lot of us had high on our big boards. I'm watching my clock. I got 15 seconds.
I've got you a little more.
Okay. I think I'm very confident this guy will fight in the first half of the year. Oh, boy. Okay, I'm playing it safe. Even though he's not booked yet. Give me Alex Pereira. Give me Poatan. Give me Poatan.
Alex Pereira famously undrafted last season. A lot of people just believed in Magomed Ankalaev as the champion since he had beaten him before, and ended up would have been a good pickup. So I had Alex on my card, obviously, but AK. I didn't see that going number 2. Kayla Harrison in free fall, ladies and gentlemen, absolute free fall. Jose Youngs, you are now on the clock. Your first ever MMA Fighting Fantasy Draft, who will be your first chosen fighter?
I am choosing my heavyweight, and I'm making sure he's not on it. I'm gonna have to go with the Black V's Derek Lewis, because he beats Waldo. He's fighting on that White House card, and they're gonna give him a layup because Colby Covington can say all he wants. Derek Lewis is actually Donald Trump's favorite fighter, so he is going to get a layup if he fights at the White House. So there you go.
That's such a good pick. I was hoping that maybe I could sneak him later because I'm fully on board with you. I think he's got a chance to beat WCA.
Because I think the heavyweight division is the worst division in MMA, worse than women's bantamweight, certainly. So I feel like that's going to be a premium.
It is. And there's not even a lot of heavyweight fights on the books that are quality right now. So that's a great selection. We move on down the road, though, to Guillermo Cruz. Guy, I took Bia Mosquito from you. I don't know if that was going to be your first selection or not.
Alex
who
Pereira.
is your first selection? Alex Pereira. Ooh.
It was good. It was going to be for my heavyweight team.
Ooh.
As he gets ready to fight Cyril Gane for the interim title. Is that what you're
but that's not available anymore. So, but I'm sticking with heavyweights, and I'm picking a heavyweight that I'm hoping he fights twice, because he literally broke his foot, his leg, I don't know, and he's already fighting again. He's fighting Marcin Tibura, and that is Walter Walker.
Damn.
Going for
that's such a good pick.
Had to go first. Had to go first. Had to.
Yeah.
So,
that was
getting bonus all the time, so staying active.
That was
I don't know that
my heavyweight. That was 100% my heavyweight pick.
Yeah. Right now he's getting a ranked opponent, so maybe that slows down him getting another fight. But he's fighting all the time, so
why would it slow
he's
down?
my heavyweight.
He'll hook him in 90 seconds and fight again.
That's my hope.
That was a great selection. Heavyweights coming off the board fast and free right now. Damon Martin, you are on the clock. Are you also going to the moribund heavyweight division?
I wanted Walter Walker, so that's off the board. So I'm going to have to look at the women's divisions because there's just, it's slim pickings across the board. And somebody's got a fight on the docket and a fight that I absolutely believe she's going to win. So I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with Natalia Silva as she gets ready to fight Rose Namajunas on UFC 324.
Natty Ice coming in. Mike, how do you feel about Damon taking your favorite fighter?
Terrific, honestly.
Okay.
Terrific. Because now I get 3 keepers essentially, and it works out just wonderfully for me. So
I am honestly a little surprised Kayla's still here, but she is there.
She ain't anymore. I will take her. By the way, Atiba Gauthier will be my middleweight, so I'm leaving my wild card open.
I already put him there. I assumed that's what you were doing. I mean, what a start. The 3 ones you wanted, and you got them all.
Yeah. This is actually really good for me. And then I get another pick, and I have to be really smart about this. Some people might think this is a little early, but I actually have him very high on the board. And honestly, he's fighting at UFC 324. And if he wins, he might get a title shot, even though it'd be the most ridiculous title shot I've ever seen. I'm going with Sean O'Malley. Because if Sean O'Malley beats Song Yadong, and I think he's going to, by the way, he might just fight Petr Yan for the belt at the White House. Like, I think the UFC could make that happen. So I'm going to go ahead and take Sean O'Malley as my bantamweight pick.
I had O'Malley on my board for exactly the same reason. It wouldn't be just or fair, but that's not the world we're living in 2026. So I think that you've had a very strong start, I'll say, Mike.
You feel great.
In good position. Damon, you are back on the clock. Where are you going with your second pick?
I'm going to go down to the lightweight division, and a guy who's on a good win streak right now, and he has a fight booked at UFC 325 against a guy who's probably shouldn't be fighting this soon. So I'm going to go with Benoit Saint Denis.
Great pick.
God,
for a lightweight, because I don't know that he's going to get a whole lot out of Dan Hooker. So yeah, we're going to go with Benoit, and he is a bonus machine also because he's a finisher.
Oh, I hate that so
Terrific
much.
Pick.
He was almost my first overall pick, but then I was like, women's bantamweight is so bad. I need a guarantee, and lightweight at least has other dudes maybe I can sneak him.
Well, that's why I went
Great
with I went with,
pick,
I went with Natalia Silva basically just because I need a couple women's fighters who I think are going to win and fight in this 6-month period. So
That was a great pick, Damon. I hate that so much for me. Guy, we are back to you. You've gone top down thus far. You've got heavy, light, heavy, middle. Everything else is wide open. Where are you going?
Right now I'm going to flyweight. It's a tough one, but I'm choosing one who's fighting now, he's fighting soon, so maybe he gets another one, and I'm pretty confident that he's gonna win. And with the division wide open, who knows if he gets a title shot or not? It's Kyoji Horiguchi. He's fighting Almir Albazi in February, so maybe he gets another one soon.
I think that's Kyoji's on my board. Great pick.
That's a classy pick. That's a classy pick.
Very
That's
good.
that's a gentleman's
It's
pick.
a safer one. Yeah.
Look, sometimes you just need to get buckets. You know, it's not always about hitting the home run, just getting on base. And Kyoji's going to get on base for you and maybe get a second fight in, which is huge. And that, I mean, we are cruising. So proud of us for how quickly we're moving through this. Jose Youngs, you are back on the board.
I'm going welterweight. I was just checking to make sure no one had this gentleman. I have to go Carlos Prates. That dude, I have a feeling is going to have a fight soon, and that dude is a bonus machine and a dude that doesn't cut a lot of weight. And I feel like if he wins, you could get a real quick turnaround from him for a big number one contender title fight. So slot me in, Carlos Prates.
Carlos Prates is a great choice. 500 points last
That's right.
season, tied
right.
for the most points. Honestly, I kind of thought AK was going to keep Prates and Max. So
I don't like his. He was a locker room. He was an issue in the locker room. You guys don't know about that. You guys don't know about that. We kept that in the down low. Sorry, I hate to bury Carlos on the way out.
Just
he did a lot.
ripping cigs while people are warming up.
We thank Carlos for his on-field contributions, and we wish him the best in his future endeavors. We'll leave it at that. That's
nobody can warm up properly. They're getting lung cancer because he's back there. That's tough. So.
It's why Gelton Almeida lost. You guys know that Gelton lost because
Carlos Prates bringing Gelton down.
Again, this is all coming out now. I'm sorry to do it, because I like Carlos a lot, but sorry.
AK, that puts you back
gosh.
on the clock then. Who are you replacing Carlos Prates with on your team?
Can you tell I had no plan? I have a plan. I have a list of names, but I didn't have an order, like a big board. Or that's how you do these things, right? For NFL drafts.
Yes.
Golly me. What spots do I have open here? Everything. Okay, heavyweight is so bad. I think I'm just gonna wait. I need a middleweight, right?
You sure do, buddy.
Man,
you need basically everything.
Yeah, I need basically everything. Okay, let's go fill in the lightweight spot. I really like this guy to get a finish. Let's go with Quillen Selkild. Let's get Quillen. It's probably a little early, but let's go for Quillen.
It's never
Seems
too
a
early.
little early, but
A little early.
Doesn't matter if they bring.
I don't need a lightweight, do I?
You don't. So this will be your wild card selection.
All right, I screwed up, but I didn't screw up. He's my wild card selection.
Okay,
It is good. It is a good pick. He is rapidly ascending.
He is, and he's going to get probably some ranked opponents. And at lightweight, that can be old dudes. So
That's right.
that'll be pretty good. That puts me back on the clock, and I have an interesting, decision to make here. I think I can get this guy later, so we're gonna move him down the road. I think I can get that guy later. I'll tell you what. Look, I made sensible, reasonable choices for my keepers and my first pick. Get on board. Obvious wins that won't be an issue. Not doing that this time. I'm calling my shot right now. Everybody, including our own Damon Martin, they don't know why this is happening. It's stupid that it's happening. But it doesn't matter. It is happening. And Diego Lopez is fighting Alexander Volkanovski. And this time, he is going to get it done. He is going to end Volkanovski's featherweight run. And so I will be taking Diego Lopez, who is fighting at UFC 325 against Alexander Volkanovski, as my featherweight this season. Risky? Yes. But even if he loses to Volk, I think he still gets another fight. And as other people have said about, Carlos Prates, etc., BSD, this guy's a bonus machine. So give me Diego Lopez as my featherweight. And then for my wheel, ooh, who do I feel the best about here for some of these? Tell you what, heavyweight's just a really bad division, and I don't have a lot of faith or confidence in basically any of the heavyweights that remain right now. And one of them that I at least have some level of belief in has a fight on the books. It's a very winnable fight. He's taking on Tai Tuivasa later this year. Give me Taliesin Teixeira as my heavyweight selection.
Good pick.
And that moves us right back to you, AK.
I'm doing it. I gotta support my homegirl. She's been on the rise. My country needs a star. She needs a champion, I would say, and I think she'll get on her way. She may end up being my keeper, depending how this next fight goes. She may end up being my keeper for the next half of this the year. Give me Jillian Robertson.
Ooh,
Give me
okay.
Jillian. Let me fill out my strawweight spot here.
She has not fought in quite some time, so very likely to get back in there soon.
She's got Lemos. She's booked. She's fighting.
Oh,
Lemos.
she's booked?
Yeah,
I didn't realize she was booked. Oh,
March,
boom.
Yes, sir.
Terrific choice.
Yeah.
Jillian Robertson.
Easy money.
Well, sure. Easy money. But Jose Youngs, you are back on the clock as we continue to move through this.
The Quillen pick threw me for a loop because I was like, I should be looking at people that will probably get finishes and probably
it's
get
a good
quick
strategy.
turnarounds. I am gonna go with. I feel like I have to go. If I don't pick him, I'm just gonna get grief for it. I'm gonna go with Payne Talbot, bantamweight, or my wild card, I should say.
Oh yeah, 'cause you already have your bantamweight. So Payton Talbot. I mean,
I think he will have a fight coming up. He's been historically he's been consistently active, I should say, not like fighting every 3 weeks or so.
I think it's a good pick. Payton Talbot is poised to make a run this year. He's in the rankings, and at bantamweight you can start. You can move up the list there in the same way you can do it at lightweight, right? Like there are old dudes that you can fight and get victories over in that emerging weight class. So great choice. We move on. Guilherme Cruz, you are back on the clock.
Yes, I'm back. And I'm going to the lightweight division with my pick. I had another name and I changed it like right now. I was going with another fighter, but I decided to go with the new UFC interim lightweight champion, Paddy Pimblett.
Oh, wow.
I
If
wonder
he wins, he definitely is getting a bonus, and the UFC is going to rush to get him another fight since he's hot, he's super popular, so he's definitely getting another one. Hopefully.
Oh my God.
It's a great pick. Honestly, it's a great pick.
I wondered when Paddy'd come off the board, and I think that is he's getting a title fight. You've got some guaranteed points coming your way. He gets the dub, which he is favored to do per the betting markets. You got an opportunity.
And the staph infection, who knows if that's real or not?
I mean, my eyeballs
We'll
know
see.
that it's
We'll
real.
see. Yeah, we'll see. I'm really confident in that one.
Damon Martin, you are on the clock. Who are you taking with your third round selection?
So once again, trying to go for people who I know have fights booked and I have a good probability of them winning and hopefully getting a finish. So I'm going to go back to UFC 324 and I'm going to go in the light heavyweight division, which by the way, isn't all that much better than heavyweight at this point.
Pretty bad.
And I'm going to go with my guy, Modestas Bukakas, who is taking on Nikita Krylov or whatever's left of Nikita Krylov at UFC 324. He's not looked great in his last couple of fights, and he actually teased retirement after his last one, so that's not a good headspace to be in. So I think Modestas gets another finish, he gets another win, and he's probably not going to get much higher in the rankings, so he might fight, somebody else in that bottom 15, and so I'm going to go with Modestas.
I just had to look up how to spell Modestas Bukauskas because I didn't want to screw it up as I'm putting it into this doc. Look, I love that everybody is going with a much more let's get fighters who are on the books right now strategy. Makes it interesting. Mike, are you going to continue to do that? You've been building a team that I would say looks pretty good right now. Where are we going from here, though?
Well, I'm going to get some guaranteed points for this pick only because he's a main event. And main event is always good. I'm going to go with the man who is headlining UFC Mexico against Asu Almabayev. I will go with Brandon the Assassin Baby Moreno.
I hate that because I almost took him last round. It's a great pick.
And in the welterweight division, I thought my MVP pick last year was terrific because put him in the welterweight spot, and I got him in 2 divisions. But I just hearing his interviews, it doesn't seem like he's going to be that active. So let's go with the guy who I actually thought Jose was going to keep, but did not. I will go with Jacoby Smith as my welterweight. He is on the books, and he will get a finish more than likely and a bonus, and may get 2 or 3 more. So let's go with that.
Man, those were 2 dudes I really would have liked to have on my team. So terrific choice. We can't let Mike win again, everybody. So let's lock in and start drafting because he's got what I would call some decent choices going for him right now. Damon, you are back up. Where are you going?
Let us all celebrate with a twerk for this pick. I'm going with Eileen Perez. I got to figure out my women's bantamweight, and she actually has a fight on the books. And yeah, so I'm not proud of picking any women's bantamweight, but if I got to pick one, I got to pick one who I think is going to win. And Macy Chiasson has not looked great lately, so I'm going to go with Eileen Perez.
That's a ranked fight too. It's ranked. It's ranked.
It's a ranked fight. Yeah. There are opportunities for success there.
Everyone's ranked at bantamweight.
This is true, honestly.
Great play.
It's one of the advantages to drafting them. Okay, Eileen Perez. I did not think would be going this soon in the draft, but that's what you get in the fantasy season. Guy, we are back to you.
Yeah, and
yeah,
the enthusiasm.
A lot of decisions to make. Got a lot of names here.
You've yet to take any female fighters. You're the only person without a woman.
Sorry, I don't care. I stay.
This is the zero RB strategy of fantasy MMA.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick one that was on my season 3 team and did poorly there, and I'm hoping that he's gonna do a better job this time around. My featherweight pick is Jean Silva, who's fighting Arnold Allen at 324. So maybe he gets a big win, maybe he gets a bonus, maybe he gets a title shot. Who knows? This division has Evlo, Evan Murphy. They're boring, and the UFC is gonna award Jean Silva a title shot. Who the hell knows? If not a title shot, he's gonna get another fight. They got a ranked opponent. So he's going to stay active. So he's my hoping he does a better job this time around. Only 75 points last time around. So come on, Jean.
75 points in a loss is good, though.
At least you know he's not in that much danger, going against Arnold Allen, decision maker himself.
No, he's in a lot of danger because maybe Arnold Allen breaks a hand and so he doesn't fight.
Come on, man.
John Silva is extremely likely to compete at least twice, though. So very solid
I'm counting on that.
Yeah, very solid pick for John Silva. And Jose, we are back to you for your 4th round selection.
As I am muted again, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna go to the light heavyweight division. I feel like someone's got to crack that open. I'm gonna go with Carlos Ulberg, most handsome man on the UFC roster. Could have a fight real soon. Could also be a main event. Will he fight a lot? Probably not, but historically, he likes to put people to sleep.
He's coming off a very brutal knockout, and it might be a title fight. Maybe it's an interim or a vacant title fight. We'll see. Is this the first person drafted who doesn't have a fight on the books?
Peyton Talbot.
Oh, Peyton Talbot. Jose, very speculative early. We'll see how that works out for him. But AK, you are
and
back.
GD for me as well. Also GD for me.
Oh, you're right. AK, you are on the clock again. Where are you going for your 4th round draft pick?
I think we're in the 4th. Yeah,
we're in the 4th.
Jed, I need me some. I love me some bantamweights, men or women. But I'm going men this time. I need a men's bantamweight. I'm going to go with Loke Dog. Give me Vinicius Oliveira. He's got a tough matchup coming up, but I feel like he'll do it for justice and for freedom. He'll get rid of the dastardly Mario Bautista.
Oh wow. That puts me in a position where I might even kind of want to take Mario Bautista, despite our long road of animosity.
You wouldn't.
Look,
morally you can't.
I'm not going to,
okay.
But I think he's got a good chance against Vinicius Oliveira. So a bold selection from Alexander Kaley. I am back on the clock. Where do we want to go as we're back on the clock? I am rapidly running out of flyweights, so I think we will start there. There's only a couple of flyweights left on the board that I am even interested in, and so I will take one with a fight booked. I believe he is set to fight Bruno Silva. He let me down last year or last season, or 2 seasons ago, I guess, but he's going to come back strong. Give me Lonnie Kavanaugh as my men's flyweight contestant. And now, how aggressive do I need to be? Right? Like I need a bantamweight, lightweight, welterweight. Welterweight's trash. I don't like it. Middleweight and 205er. For my light heavyweight, I am going to spec here on a choice. This is perhaps bad because a fight is not booked, but he's coming off a loss, and so I think he is going to get an easy victory set for him when he does come back, hopefully in the first half of the year. Give me the Mountain Tiger. Zhang Ming Yang can join as my light heavyweight. And I don't feel great about it, but I don't feel good about any 205er right now. I'm going to be honest with you. So, AK, you are back on the board.
Yeah, who did I take at 205? You can't feel bad about Poatan. You can't feel bad about it. All right, I feel like I need to go middle or welter. No, welter I'm avoiding for a while. Welter there's so many good names, but man, that division's messed up right now. I'm going to go, I think I'll go middle. I'm going to go middle. Do I take Torres Finney? Can I have a poll? Guys, can I run a poll? Should I take
You don't take Torres Finney. That's a terrible selection.
He's going to destroy Jacob Malkoun.
I promise you he'll be there in the 10th round.
He's going to destroy.
I'm not saying don't add him to your team.
Man,
I'm saying don't take him with the 5th pick.
Okay. I'm going to take is Michelle Pineda ranked in the UFC rankings? No, right?
No.
At middleweight?
Come on, man.
I don't know.
Is that a real question?
You know who I think's getting a big win at middleweight, guys? I'm going with Caio Bajallo. How about that?
Oh, great.
How about that? Give me some Caio. There were some other very tempting picks because let me tell you something. There's some like squash matches I think coming up.
Oh yeah.
I'm going for the ranking. I'm going for ranking.
I thought when Guy selected Jean Silva, I thought that's who the disappointing fighter he was taking from his previous team was. Which would be a foolish pick because obviously Reiner de Ritter is going to defeat him. Already are my boy forever. Jose Youngs, you are back on the board. You have middleweight, lightweight, featherweight, couple of women. Where are we going?
I'm going men's flyweight. I have to go Charles Johnson. He's got a pick coming. He's got a fight coming up. He's got to win over the reigning champ. There is no question in my mind if Charles Johnson gets a quick finish, they're going to try to whip that dude around and fight Joshua Van in the rematch possibly for a title. I feel pretty confident in that one. I thought about picking him much earlier, but I'm very confident.
Damn you, Jose. That was my next pick. That was my next pick.
He's fighting someone and in your words, UFC 234 against Alex Perez, whose job is basically to get finished.
And who is ranked? Yeah. He is ranked.
And
that's an incredibly good selection.
And that's assuming Alex Perez actually shows up
Correct.
and he doesn't fight some random dude on 5 days notice. So.
How dare you?
He fights like 4 or 5 times a year. Charles Johnson is the man. He does good interviews with Guilherme. Charles Johnson wears an MF Doom mask around at media day. We're basically best friends.
How could you not select him at that point? You're just picking all of your fighters, which I respect that. That's a great.
As Rick Rubin said, the audience should be the last person you're thinking of. It's all about what I want.
I respect that immensely. Guy has historically done a little bit of that as well. His teams have leaned heavy Brazilian.
Yes.
This one, not really, actually. Very, very diverse.
But I'm adding a Brazilian right now.
But we're taking it right now.
I'm doing it, and it's my wild card. Last year, between January and June, this man went 3-0 in the UFC. He's flying under the radar, and he's fighting now against a ranked opponent for the first time in the UFC. My wild card is Melky Costa. Featherweight is so good. Featherweight is so good. There's a lot of killers there. So
I want that.
He went 4-0 last year.
No. 3-0 between June.
Oh, yeah,
June in
yeah.
June. Like this
is a
window we are doing right now. I don't think he's
Terrific
gonna
pick.
fight
This is
3
a
times
terrific
again,
pick.
So
but
good.
twice at least. Yeah.
Very
So
good
good.
pick. Really good.
Very, very good pick.
Thank you very much.
The
Del
middle
Mate.
rounds full of value. Damon, you are now up on the clock. Where are you going?
Man, I had my Charles Johnson pick ready to rock and roll, and then Jose screwed that up. So now I got to figure out where I'm going here. What do I have left? I have heavyweight, middleweight, bantamweight.
You have heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, bantam, fly, and women's 115, and then wild card.
All right. I'm going to go. I did fill light heavyweight, by the way. I did pick Modestas, Bukauskas.
Oh, I just forgot to put him in this year,
yeah.
right?
I'm taking a shot here. Nothing on the books, but I got to, once again, I'm betting on title fights and I'm betting on first half of the year, and I'm really hoping this ends up happening. I'm hedging my bets here. I'm going to go with former champion, soon to be champion once again, Zhang Weili.
God, David.
Zhang Weili is. I did wonder if what we should do if we should allow it. I think it makes sense to allow her to be selected at strawweight. It does seem like she's going back there, but I did briefly consider talking about it. But I think totally reasonable.
We are ranking her again.
Gonna absolutely break your heart when Mackenzie Dern gets the damn thing done. So just be aware. I'm calling that now, Damon. But Mike Heck, you are on the clock.
So you're picking Mackenzie Dern with your next pick? Is that what you just said, Jed?
I haven't made my selection because I know you're all underestimating, and I can make choices when I need to. So no is the answer. But Melky Costa fighting Dan Ige, solid pick. I've got that fixed now in the doc. Damon, you've made your selection. Mike, you are on the clock.
Let's take a look at what I'm dealing with here. So I need a light heavyweight. I need a lightweight, a featherweight, a women's 25er, a women's 15er, and a wild card. I thought I was going to get Zhang Weili. I really did, Damon. You broke my heart again. I will go. This might be a risky pick because she has a hard time making it to the cage, but I do think she has a really good matchup on the books, one that she wins because her opponent is definitely on the decline right now. Give me Macy Barber at women's flyweight, getting ready to face Alexa Grasso. And
that was my next pick.
I feel very good about Macy Barber. And then let's take a gander here. Light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight's a weak division.
It is a weak division. I could go different with this, but I'm going with the guy who stole our hearts, who opened our eyes, who delivered one of the most insane rounds of mixed martial arts you will ever see. I will go with Iwo Baranowski, who is getting ready to compete very, very soon, and could be a very active 2026 campaign for the young man.
I considered Iwo Baranowski instead of Zhang Mingyang, but I don't know what to make of that. He almost died like 3 times in the fight that he did end up winning. But I mean, fight of the night feels like it's probably locked up for you. Good selection, Mike Heck, a quality wheel. And we are back to you, Damon Martin. Where are you going? Let me know if you need to know what weight classes you are lacking.
Oh man, I tell you what, I'm just like it's starting to get to slim pickings time around here. I'm just looking because I'm trying to go to people who are on the books. I at least know they're probably going to fight, and oh man, it's getting rough. But
we've run through a lot of those by now.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go on the other side of bantamweight here, and I know it's probably not going to be a knockout or anything, but he's in a main event and he's got a fight booked, and so as long as he fights, he's going to get some points. I'm going to go with Mario Batista at bantamweight. I think that's a very winnable fight for him, and it is a main event. Probably a decision win, but it's a win. So I'll go with Mario Batista.
Wins are wins, and he can maybe get another one. That's a very winnable fight. Good selection. Also of note, light heavyweight is the first weight class that we have filled out. Everybody has a light heavyweight now. So
it's an exciting division.
Exciting division. Point of order.
We couldn't wait, Jed. We couldn't wait to snatch up those light heavies.
I mean, it's such a good and deep weight class. Now we can all take them for our wild cards, those who still have those available. Guy, you are back on the clock. You need a welterweight, bantamweight, women's bantamweight, Actually, and all the women's divisions. Actually, it's just easier to say
Yeah,
it that way.
yeah.
You've yet to take a woman.
Yes, I am. It's okay. I'm picking a lady right now, and she has a fight booked, and I'm pretty confident that she's gonna fight again this year, and she's gonna fight at the White House when she's going to rematch Kayla Harrison because she's beating her this month, and that is Amanda Nunes.
There you go.
She's going
Very,
to beat
very
Kayla
quiet.
Harrison and then fight her again at the White House.
I-
I'm really confident that's going to happen.
I mean, as she win or lose, she might rematch at the White House anyway.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
entirely
yeah.
possible. So
So,
I had wondered when Kayla would come off the board. This feels like a good, or not Kayla, Amanda had come off the board. This feels right. You know,
yeah, and I'm taking points away from Mike, so it makes it even better.
that's. I mean, that
Good
is
luck with that.
critical. We got to take as many of those away from him as we can.
Yeah.
Jose, how will you take points from Mike because you are on the clock?
I'm not even thinking about Mike right now. I'm going to.
You're thinking about your own team.
Correct. It's all I've laser focused. I'm going to go with women's flyweight, and I am going to pick someone that is unranked, probably not thought of, but is riding a 2-fight win streak with 2 finishes, and she has a fight booked against someone who is very bad. I'm going to go Carly Justice, who is fighting Juliana
You can't.
Miller.
I
who is-
cannot.
Carly Judice was
No!
my first keeper.
Oh yeah, it's your. For whatever reason I didn't slide over, so your name is completely cut off. I was
Carly
wondering where
Judice
Diego
is
Lopez was.
my first
I was literally being
keeper.
like, wow, Diego Lopez hasn't been picked yet, and then I slide over and there he is. All right, then I'm just gonna go with the men's featherweight. Let me confirm you don't have him now that I can see your thing. There it is. I'm gonna go. Let me confirm he's even in that weight class because Lord knows I'm gonna. Yep, Luke Riley, featherweight. Got a fight coming up,
Ooh.
right? No, you have. Someone has it.
No
Someone
one has
has him?
Luke Riley.
Nope. No one's got Luke.
No, Luke Riley's that's an interesting
believe-
choice because coming up. Who's he booked
Yeah,
against?
and he win. I think he's booked. If he's not, then he will be, or he's about to be booked.
Well, they're going to
whenever
London,
they
so he's
announce
going to
that.
be booked even if he's not already.
Yeah,
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that.
and he punches a lot of people and submits a lot of people, and
Correct.
Yeah.
they're going to give him those hometown cooking fights.
That's a great selection. They're going to London. He'll definitely be on that card, and it'll be a squash match. Luke Riley, a good choice. AK, you are back on the clock.
I have to draft a heavyweight at some point, right?
At some
Like,
point,
that's a
you
rule.
need to
Legally.
select one.
Legally, I have to take a heavyweight at some point. Okay. Well, it'll be coming back to me soon, Jed. So I'm curious kind of what you're going to do with your open spots. What does Jed have left? Jed, you still in the heavyweight too. Okay, great.
No, I have Taliesin Teixeira.
Oh, you picked Taliesin. I'm sorry. I wrote it down on the big board, not on your individual. Okay. Of course you did. Of course you did. Foolishly thinking that he will beat the Black Beast. All right, let's go with.
He's not fighting the Black Beast.
He's fighting. Oh, Tai Tuivasa.
Taliesin Teixeira is fighting Tai Tuivasa
Okay.
of the 5-fight.
Oh, Derek
losing
is
streak.
fighting Waldo. Yeah, Derek's fighting Waldo. Okay. Let's fill up my featherweight spot here. Let's go with Mr. I think he's fighting Josh Emmett. Let's go with Mr. Kevin Vallejos.
Oh,
Let's go
That
with
was
Kevin
great pick.
Vallejos.
man, why would
Great
you?
pick.
I forgot that
I-
Kevin Vallejos existed
I
despite my
needed that.
deep love of him.
Yeah.
That is a
needed
good
that.
pick.
Let's
And
go.
Josh Emmett is incredibly winnable. I don't know if that's confirmed or not, but
Rumored
that's an
innuendo.
incredibly winnable.
Rumor and
fight.
innuendo. Okay.
Rumor and innuendo. If it's not on MMAfighting.com, it does not
Correct.
count.
This is true.
Perhaps Dana White will announce that fight in the middle of us recording.
We're still waiting. We should let people know. We're still
It
waiting.
happened.
We are still waiting. Nothing is happening.
That puts me back on the clock. I have middleweight, welterweight, lightweight, bantamweight, and then wild card. And I'm just debating how long I can delay the choice that needs to happen here. And I think we're going to start with bantamweight because there are not a lot of bantamweight choices I like out there right now. And this guy, again, I'm not sure if we've actually confirmed this or not, but I did see a rumor and innuendo, if nothing else, that he was just booked against an incredibly defeatable opponent by the name of Chito Vera.
That is confirmed.
That is confirmed. I will be taking David Martinez as my men's bantamweight. because he is going to try and do something, and Cheeto will probably not punch for 15 full minutes. So won't be getting a finish because Cheeto Vera cannot be defeated in that manner. But I think I'll get a dub, and I'll maybe get another fight. This could be a big year for David Martinez, so I will take him in my bantamweight spot. And then where do we go from here, boys? All premium positions. I've waited long enough. I could probably hold, but this guy, look, you know the old saying in hockey, you skate where the puck's going, not where the puck's been.
Right.
Mike, that's your problem. You're going with the Ateba Gautier being like, this guy's banging. No, because the new Ateba Gautier is a man by the name of Damian Pinas, the Baba Yaga. He is taking on Wes Schultz, whatever a Wes Schultz is, and he's going to murder him. And then he's going to do it again because he is the new generation Ateba Gautier. My middleweight contender will be Damian Pinas. And I get to have Damian Pinas on my team, which is just super fun, frankly. So great selection, Chad. AK, you are up next.
Sorry, one second. Oh, this is like the opposite vibes of the pick you just made. Like that's you must feel so good about that.
I feel so good about it. I've been waiting. I thought I could have waited another 2 rounds, but I don't want to lose him.
I feel terrible about this pick, but I need a heavyweight. It was going to be Antidelesia, but I said, you know what? Let's just go a little more of a chance of a finish here.
Oh no, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
Mike, my best friend, he's got a fight booked.
I know what you're doing.
Don't do it, AK.
I'm taking Josh Hogan.
Oh my God.
I did it.
That is a bad vibes pick.
He's gonna take out Denzel Freeman. Come on.
He is. Look, that's a good points pick, but it's a bad vibes pick. You know.
I just got rid of Carlos Prates.
You had to feel dirty, man.
I know the locker room is poisoned again. It's just I don't know. You know,
this is gonna be way worse for
my team. I'm getting a lot of angry texts from my team right now. They're like, "Whoa, like what's going on?" Vinicius Oliveira is not happy with me. Jillian Robertson very upset with me right now. So we'll work it out. We'll work it out.
They should be mad at you, Jose. You can't do worse than AK did.
That's true.
Literally the easiest follow in the history of this game. So, I mean, I guess you could take Bryce Mitchell, but that would be a bold selection.
I'm not going to do that because I'm not a dirt bag.
You actually can't take Bryce Mitchell because he doesn't fit on your roster. So,
well, apparently, as of right now, Mike Tomlin is no longer a head coach. So,
what did that just happen?
Just stepped down. Yeah.
Boom.
There you go.
Okay.
My middleweight is at this point. I already know I have I'm going to finish in the bottom half of this because it's my first time, so I'm just going to have fun and hopefully pick good fights. I'm going with a guy with 100% finish rate. Just fought in December. I have a feeling he's going to have another fight booked relatively soon, if he doesn't already, and that is Mansour Abdul Malik at middleweight.
It's a great selection.
I interviewed him in December, and I'm like, this is just a very well-spoken individual, and I had a feeling that the UFC is going to give him a lot of layups to build his resume. So yeah, lock that in for middleweight.
Great.
I don't even know if he has a fight coming up. Let me see.
He does.
Oh no, he does. He's in fact booked. So he is taking on Yusri Belgari.
He's about to get me a whole lot of points.
Sure is.
I think that's pretty likely as well. So terrific selection for your middleweight, Mansour Abdul Malik. Well done. Guilherme Cruz, you are back on the clock.
I am back, and I'm going. It's hard. I'm going to welterweight. Like someone said previously, it's a difficult situation right now in the division. A lot of moving pieces. I'm picking someone who doesn't have a fight booked, like a lot of people have at welterweight. But I'm confident he's going to win wherever they throw his way, because he's not going to fight anyone in the top 5. So he's probably going to win. And that is Yaroslav Amosov.
Ooh, okay.
That's a good pick.
It seems like he has a big fight coming up. So at least he's fighting soon. So
honestly, I didn't even had not crossed my mind, and I kind of feel foolish because that's I'm with you on he's probably going to get a very winnable fight when he does get booked. So great selection. Damon Martin, you are back on the clock. Do you need a reminder of what you do not have?
I think I have everything scouted. I'm still cursing that I actually wanted to pick Josh Hokett and couldn't pick Josh Hokett, which is
I was
really
gonna
just
say, you
that's
need
really
a heavyweight.
sad.
You need a heavyweight.
Somewhere you have to select a heavyweight.
Oh,
I
boy.
mean, God, it's such slim pickings out there in terms of heavyweight, like who's on the board, who's out there. But God, I guess I'll go with Ante Delija because why not? He's got a fight booked, and Sergey Spivak hasn't won in a while, so sure, let's just go with him.
Hey, look, not all of them are things we're happy about. Very possible he gets a dub, and he's actually been active since coming to the UFC, so maybe he gets another one in there for you as well. Mike Heck, you have 3 picks remaining. You're about to give us 2 of your final picks. What are they?
Okay. Let's figure this out here.
You need lightweight, featherweight, and is that right? What am I missing from you?
Lightweight, featherweight, wild card, and women's strawweight, I believe.
Correct.
Well, I'm going to take lightweight off the board. We just found out this man will also be competing at UFC Mexico. He will be taking on King Green, and he is going to beat King Green. Daniel Zellhuber, come on down. You are on the team. You cannot lose to veteran, older gentleman 2 fights in a row. It just can't happen.
Buddy, let me tell you, Mike, as a man who invested a climb and a draft pick in Daniel Zellhuber, he can let you down.
Well, he won't, because now he's on Team Heck. He's surrounded by winners.
He sure can, though.
He's surrounded by winners, and he's surrounded by champions, and it's a great feeling to see these incredible athletes hop on. And Daniel's going to be walking through the door with a women's strawweight contender who is taking on, I believe, Jose's keeper. Since he didn't care about what I'm thinking, what I was thinking at a time, I don't care what he was thinking with his keeper selection. So give me Lupi Godinez, who is going to grind out a rough split decision against Tatiana Suarez, but get a win and move on to bigger and better things.
I love that you're calling split decision W for Paul.
It's got to be one of the most unentertaining Lupi Godinez fights you've ever seen. And it's
It'll
not
be
gonna
a
your
fight.
fault. Yeah, it'll be a fight.
Tatiana is part of it, so there's always a very good chance given what's going on there. Damon, we are back to you. Where are you going for your 8th round selection? Currently, you need middleweight, strawweight, and wild card.
I have strawweight.
Not strawweight, sorry,
You have
flyweight.
Flyweight, yeah.
You've kept
Zhang
your,
Weili at strawweight. I said bad words.
he's kept his wild card. He's keeping that roster versatility. Interesting.
I mean, and funny enough, I'm going with my wild card.
Okay.
And it is going to be a very controversial pick. Very controversial pick. But I can't believe I put my chips on the table on this one. But hey, you can't win what you don't bet. My wild card, the man who will headline the UFC White House card, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Wow.
Wow.
David,
I mean, that is
no.
the pick of the draft.
You're going to
David,
regret
no.
that so bad.
No.
We have to
I'm going-
update the graphic now to put Conor on this thing.
I am going with Conor. He's going to fight Michael Chandler, and that is a very winnable fight for Conor. There's a reason why they are not going anywhere else for Conor McGregor to fight anyone else.
Damon, you may as well have made John Jones your heavyweight pick. Like, you should have just gone all in. Like,
What a selection.
I'm just going for it. It's main event, and it's Michael Chandler, your favorite fighter, Jed. White House. We know maybe he doesn't actually fight, but he's going to get scheduled for the fight. We know that. So
You don't get points for that, just for the record. You do not
I'm
get
just
points
saying,
for it.
there's
Okay.
a chance. You're saying there's a chance. So I'm going with that for my wild card.
I never would have seen this coming. For those of you who have stuck with us and watched this whole thing, you just got paid off because that is the upset of the century. I love it. I kind of hope you win now. I hope you win because of Conor McGregor, frankly, because that would be justice of the highest order. Incredible selection.
Had to throw one out there. So why not go with it?
Guy, I'm so sorry that you have to follow that up because this is the exact opposite of when AK picked Hokett and Jose got to select anyone he wanted. Guy, where are you going? You need men's bantamweight, women's flyweight, and then strawweight are your remaining weight classes.
Yeah. Okay, I can't follow that. Sorry, it's
tough.
too much. Yeah. I mean, how do you follow up?
He wasn't even on my board.
Selection.
Give Guy an extra minute. I think we need to give an extra minute.
I'm going to select AK's favorite fighter for my women's strawweight team, and that is future champion Alexia Tainara.
Wow.
She doesn't have a
How do
fight
you
book.
feel about that, AK?
She doesn't have a fight book, but I'm hearing the UFC try to give her a former champion and a ranked fighter, and they keep turning her down. So the UFC is trying to get her fight, I believe, in March. So yeah, hopefully she fights twice. But
Little inside.
That's your
baseball.
keeper.
Okay.
That's going to be your keeper. Let me tell you something. That's going to be your keeper going into the second half of 2026 when she gets her
Probably.
title shot. When she gets her title shot.
That's a good chance.
And takes out Zhang Weili. Watch out for that.
Who's picking Alex Pereira's sister, Alice Pereira? When does that happen?
She is on the book.
She is fighting.
It was on my list as a
His
possibility.
sister is
related.
fighting. Yes.
Yeah.
Famously related.
Famously related. Yeah.
Jose, you are up. You have lightweight, and then women's
Two
bantamweight, women's flyweight.
I'm going to go to women's flyweight. This is probably a bad pick, but something screams that she's going to choke her out. I am going to go with the woman who has a first name as a nickname, and that's Eduarda Ronda Maura, who's fighting Kong Wang coming up. That feels like she's going to choke her out.
Now I love that. That's bold. Flying in the face of EKC Leiden, as EKC Leiden had drafted Wang Song last draft, and you say, nay, I will take her future opponent. AK, you are back on the clock. Your 8th round selection will be, you need welterweight, and then women's bantamweight, women's flyweight.
Sorry, I apologize for him who just looked at my nostrils, so that was leading into my. This is such a fun pick. I have to do it. I was gonna say, I need women's bantamweight, flyweight, and welterweight. Okay. This guy's going way too. This is such a fun pick, though. I've solved my welterweight problem. I think we all agree it's a bit difficult not knowing who's going to fight, but this guy is fighting, and I think he's gonna knock out the guy he's taking on. I'm going with Jean-Paul Lebosnoyani.
Very good pick.
I'm going with. I think he's going to take out Austin Vanderford. I think he's going to take Austin.
I didn't know he was booked. I might have taken him
is.
sooner had I realized that. I really like that dude. He is quite talented.
Yeah.
So you have now solved all your men's weight classes.
Correct.
I need to undo whatever that I just did there as I put this into our system. And that brings the table to me. And man, I do not know if I want to put my money where my mouth is or not.
Ice up, son.
Oh, I don't have to do it right now, I guess.
Go ahead and pick Michael Chandler. I know you want to.
There's not a chance in hell I would be doing that. My team is about good vibes, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I need a welterweight. I need a lightweight, and I have a wild card selection. I'm going to start in the lightweight division, and whether this is a good pick or a bad pick, I'm going to know immediately. So at least I've got that going for me. I am taking the other half of the UFC 324 main event. My selection to be the future and again interim lightweight champion. Give me Justin Staph Infection Gaethje to beat Paddy Pimblett and maybe even fight at the White House card if he does. So
yeah,
it's a terrible nickname. He has a really good nickname. That's a terrible nickname you just gave him.
I mean, look, I don't love this pick because if I lose, he's retiring, so he's a guaranteed 0. Well, he's actually guaranteed 50, or more than that, because he's gonna be fight of the night because he's always fight of the night.
Correct.
But it feels late to get him this deep into the draft when he has a fight book next week. So give me Justin Gaethje as my lightweight, and that leaves my wild card and my welterweight. And welterweight is the problem because there are no good options right now. Basically, I should have taken Jacoby Smith earlier, because not a lot of fights are even booked for welterweights. There's one that
there probably will be soon.
There probably will be. There's one I could do.
Draft Kamaru. Do it.
Yeah.
There's
Do it.
not a
Do it.
chance in hell. The question is, who do you spec on? Do you spec on a Michael Morales? Do you spec on an Ian Machado Gary? I don't,
We know you're
because
taking.
my
Take 'em.
vibes are my vibes. I believe in my team. I believe that justice will come for us all, and the man who should be fighting for the welterweight belt will get to, and when he does, he's going to make all of you haters who forgot about him for no reason eat your own farts. I am taking Shavkat Rakhmonov. Please God, fight Shavkat. This is a man who has historically finished almost everybody he's fought. He's going to come back. He's going to do the damn thing. Give me Shavkat Rakhmonov with
Big
my
if
2
true.
points for like
Big if true.
big if true. Don't feel super confident about either of my 2 choices, but I got high action fighters deep into the draft, and I can at least live with that. AK, your penultimate selection will be who?
I still have to fill out my women's bantamweight spot, right?
And flyweight.
This
Your
is
women's
absurd.
bantamweight and flyweights
This
are
is
your open
absurd.
spots.
You guys were so smart. Everyone else has filled up their WBW spot, I think.
No.
Jose.
has not gone either.
I do not know who Jose is.
I think there's one very viable option for this weight class right now.
I can't even think of it. So, c'est la vie.
I am going with a woman who's competing in the rematch of the century.
Wow.
I'm going with Jocelyn Edwards to get some vengeance over Nora
That's my
Cornole
pick. Yeah.
to set up the Edwards Cornole trilogy someday. Dare to dream big, guys. So I think Edwards is going to even up the series. I am going with her. That's really
That is
only
who
name
I
on this.
think made sense. I think that is actually a very good pick.
That's really
Nora Cornole is very beatable, and Jocelyn Edwards on a heater right now. So you got some value in my estimation. Jose, you are now up, and you are looking at lightweight or women's bantamweight to fill out your roster.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because you guys have those all filled up anyway. But I guess now you
Correct.
guys have your wild cards. But I'm gonna go lightweight. Let me just make sure no one has him because I've done that before. None of you have him. I'm going to go with a guy who has the other lightweight fight books at UFC 324, who went on a tear last year and fought twice in 2 months. Alexander Hernandez. I think he melts Michael Johnson, and there's a world where he wants to fight in Texas again. Fights in February. He could be 2-0 by the time March comes around.
That's a good
So
pick.
that was the choice I was between on Gaethje. Do I go with my heart and pick Gaethje, who I love, or do I pick rationally the much better choice? He's going to kill Michael Johnson,
and based on that, whatever one you didn't pick, I was going to pick.
and it makes
See,
sense. I think that's
the
a terrific selection.
The problem is Michael Johnson, like he loses, but then
Correct.
sometimes he just randomly pulls it out. Like so, that's like it's a scary pick because like
Sounds like Alex Hernandez.
He wins until he loses. That's
I
kinda
say
like Michael
sometimes Alex
Johnson.
Hernandez is winning a fight and then decides he's going to lose it. So there's some danger here, but I think that's a really, really good pick, especially for the penultimate draft choice. For
And
you.
everyone needs one dirtbag on their team, and I think I got mine right there.
It's important. It's important to add to the whole locker room chemistry.
And to be fair, Alexander Hernandez would agree with me there.
Well
yeah, he would.
stipulated.
Yes.
Yeah, you would.
Guillermo Cruz, you are back on the clock. You have bantamweight and women's flyweight remaining.
That is bad. It's not easy. It's not easy.
There's one bantamweight on my board who I think is viable.
Yeah,
Women's flyweight is a tough scene, kid.
it's not looking good. I'm going my bantamweight decision right now. It's one that it doesn't have a fight book right now, and Mike laid out a good scenario that he might fight on the White House. So yeah, I'm going with Peter Yan to hopefully fight Sean O'Malley at the White House or someone else before that. That could happen.
Good pick.
I think that's a good pick because he's gonna fight before this season is up. And
Let's not jinx it, but yeah.
I mean, who are you going to pick over him at this point? He was so electric against Merab Dvalishvili. I think that is a great choice. Damon Martin, you are on the clock. You need middleweight and flyweight.
Well, once again, I got to go with someone who actually has a fight booked, and I think I can't remember. I can't.
Yes.
Who do you think I'm picking, AK?
Torres Finney.
Oh yeah, of course. Yes. I filled my wild card already. So Ronda Rousey, I'm sorry I can't pick you. But for my middleweight, I'm going to go with the former 2 Division 1 champion Rainier de Ritter. He's fighting Caio Bahayo. I think it's going to go to decision, but it's a win.
I love anytime RDR is selected. It makes me very, very happy. Terrific choice, Damon, because he's also very active. So we might even fight again. Decent value there. Mike, you got 2 picks left. Let's hear them right now. You have remaining your featherweight and your wild card selection.
All right, so I'm going to knock my featherweight off the board. It's a risky pick, but you know what? When I draft people who don't fight, I usually win. So I will go with the man who should be fighting Alexander Volkanovski for the featherweight belt, Movsar Evloev. I think he's going to get one in.
Is he officially booked against Lerone Murphy, or is that just rumor and spec?
That's rumor and spec, but I almost went with Lerone, but I'll go with Movsar because if they do book that fight, I think Movsar's going to win that fight. But what is a wild card, gentlemen? What is a wild card, right? You want to really get crazy with this. You want to pick somebody. That you're maybe a little speculative, but you know what? I'm gonna make history. I'm gonna make history on this draft right now, guys. Because I'm not setting
Oh my
myself,
God, I know what you're doing. You crazy man.
I'm setting myself up not just for this season, because I may not even get anything this season out of this individual.
This is a great choice.
But I'm certainly going to get something out of him in the next season. So just for the first time in MMA Fighting Fantasy Draft history, I am drafting a fighter who's not even on the roster. I am taking Gable Steveson as my wild card selection. Gable Steveson.
It's such a good
Come
choice.
on down. He's fighting at the White House. Like, there's no doubt about it. He will fight at the White House.
Such a good choice.
And then he might fight like 3 times in the second half of the year. Yeah. He might even fight for the belt before the year's over. Who knows? But I'm taking Gable Steveson as my wild card selection.
It's such a good choice. I was considering him for wild card. I kind of thought he would still be there. Just to clarify for the viewers and listeners, if Gable fights outside of the UFC, that does not count.
It does not count.
UFC specific points, but I think the overwhelming idea is Gable Stevenson's going to join the promotion this year and fight at the UFC White House. And as a keeper,
that was brilliant.
I mean, it's a really good selection just as a dude to hold for the next few years. So, well done, Mike. You drafted the seat very well, I think. Damon, you are up. Your last pick. It must be a men's flyweight. Who are you going with?
I'm going to go with the next UFC flyweight champion because they're going to fill up a lot of fights on the White House cards. Like May is going to need a main event, and it's probably not going to be one of the marquee fights. So I'm going to go with the man who will defeat Joshua Van to become the new UFC flyweight champion. I'm going to go with my guy, Starboy Manel Kopp.
Kind of had an inkling that you would go there. I did wonder if maybe you were going to believe in Pantoja, but I think that's a very solid pick for Manel Kopp there. Guy, you have one final selection. It must be made at the women's flyweight division. Robust with talent. So much women's flyweight talent out there right now. Dakota Ditcheva is not really an option. I mean, I guess you could try. You could try and Gable Steveson this, but I don't think that's going to work. You are muted, Guy.
Sorry. Dakota would be a good one, but she just broke her hand, so she's not going to the UFC yet in the first half of this year. I was considering not picking anyone because this division looks so bad right now. And I'm not really confident because the fighter in this division that I was hoping to get was Natalia Silva, who was already taken. Mm-hmm. I almost got Rose, but I think she's going to lose. So I think Natalia Silva is going to end up as UFC champion this year. So
I will say, if you take Rose and she does win, she is very, very, very certainly going to fight Valentina Shevchenko.
But when? You know, when?
Also good question.
Yeah, who knows? So I'm not really confident, and I'm just hoping that Alexa Grasso gets the win eventually. Hopefully, just fighting Lacey Barber and
backing a former champion.
It's a winnable one. It's a hard one, but she can win. She hasn't won in a while, but
and if you do win, you take points away from Mike Heck, which is extremely important. So Guy and Mike are just at loggerheads for this season of the draft.
And we all know who's going to win in the end.
Obviously,
And
you
that's
are
mine.
going to win, Guy. And then I'm going to have to spend $3,000 to ship you a very small trophy.
Yes.
Jose Youngs, this has been your first draft.
Mm.
This will complete it. You
Yes.
have women's bantamweight as your final selection.
Yeah.
Who are
Worst
you going with?
worst division. So I'm gonna have a silly goose time and pick the worst fighter on the entire roster because she's going to win. Because the only other person that could potentially be worse than the person I'm picking is the person she's fighting, who gets finished a lot. So I am picking Alice Pereira because she is so bad and she has a fight booked, and the UFC will want to give her a layup after that debacle of a main event.
I love it. Alex Pereira's sister famously has been selected. Both Pereiras off the board.
So
Michelle
bad.
Pereira's still out there. So just if we're trying to go for the full run. She's fighting Haley Cowan. Is that right?
Yeah, she's like the person she's
Oh.
fighting has been finished so much. Like she has more
It's
finished.
an
Like,
incredibly winnable matchup.
yeah, I know. I know. And
Just-
she has a fight in April.
So look, you could do a lot worse.
That is, I don't want to put too much pressure on the fight. That is this year's early runner for like the Hamdi Abdel Wahab versus Mo Usman like award.
Oh,
That could
praise
be-
God.
Real bad.
But
If it doesn't get finished, it does end up finished. That fight could be.
Alice could
I
win
hope
it.
it is. That's what I'm saying. She's
AK,
so
Alice-
bad.
that-
They're both so bad.
Alice could potentially be the next Rebellis Despania, who had a lot of hype coming in and then just completely fell off the board. But yeah, I think that's a winnable fight, very winnable fight.
Damn.
AK, that brings us to you, good sir, and you must fill out your women's flyweight
Oh.
division.
I feel so good about this pick. I feel crazy. Like maybe I missed it. Someone pick her. I feel so good about this pick. This is the like opposite of the Josh Hokus pick. I gotta take the champ. She's still out there, right? Am I crazy?
Valentina Shevchenko is still absolutely
Yeah,
out
she's-
there and was
she's
going
gonna
to be
fight.
my wild card selection.
Yeah, she's gonna fight in the first half of 2026. At some point, I think. I know we're a little worried because it looks like there's like contender fights coming up, so maybe not till July, August. I think she's gonna get in there though. She's always been pretty active. Like she's never really wanted to take time off.
And she
So,
might just go up and fight for the bantamweight title as
and
well.
she might go up and fight for the bantamweight title. Okay, Valentina Shevchenko, everyone. That is my final, and I feel so good about that.
The non 2025 fighter of the year. Is that
Damon,
who-
too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon. We're not there yet.
Correct. The
We're not there yet.
runner-up,
We're
the
not-
female fighter of the year for
We're not-
2025.
We're not joking about that yet.
I mean, look, she's probably going to fight once. She's probably going to win once. Will it be thrilling? Probably not. Will it be dominant? Yeah, probably. So look, that's congratulations on your 175 points that you banked them, and that's important.
Although if Kayla wins, which I predict she will, and then Kayla gets Valentina, you might regret that because I don't think she'll do very well at 135 against Kayla.
I won't. Jed, I would love to see if you can beat Mike's wildcard pick. I don't see how you can. I am dying to find.
I don't. I've been saving wild card for the flexibility, and then like I kind of want to do something very silly, like draft Mackenzie Durham, but I'm not going to do that because that would be very, very silly.
I dare you to do that. Do it.
I'm not going to. I have one pretty silly choice in mind.
Can I throw some names out, like some big names out there that are still available for wildcard?
Throw some big names out there.
We've
that are
got
still available. Yeah,
Hamzat. We got Hamzat's out there.
we do.
We have got the welterweight like contender line: Michael Morales, Ian Machado, Gary.
Yeah, I'm not going to take the welterweight contender
okay.
line because I
Understand.
chose Shavkat from that, but those are all very viable. I have a list of 3 names that I'm debating.
Ilya
right now.
Topuria, if there's some chance that he fights, again, we don't think so, but we don't know if he gets in there earlier. Like we got some name. Norma Dumont is out there. I'm just saying.
Oh, Norma Dumont.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that, I have a list of 4 names that I'm debating.
All right.
If you
Hamzat-
consider grappling matches and wrestling matches and karate combat matches, you can put Ahmad Sarukian.
Oh
there.
yeah.
I was gonna say, Arman would be a terrific
He's fought
choice.
7 times since.
Yeah.
January.
That's like the one flaw with these things is Arman won't get drafted despite being incredible because he might not even fight. Like he probably.
I drafted him
That's why
last-
Tom
last semester.
Aspinall's
He did
not
great.
on. Like, yeah,
My-
Aspinall's
yeah,
not
he's-
on a event at all.
I mean, Bo Nickel was almost my middleweight because I know he's going to fight in the White House card, but I'm like, I just don't like. If they give him Colby, that's a layup win, but like, I don't know who else he might get. So
Ahmad got me nearly 300 points last season.
Bo Nickel's not on my short list, but is actually a good one because he could fight twice because he could fight soon and then fight on the White House card.
That's
he's,
it,
not,
yeah.
he's not fighting to the White House, just so you know. So
Hamzat is one. I think I'm not going to. Merab, just because he wants to fight every other month. So I feel like I'm going to get several bites at the apple with Merab, which is really appealing. I'm a little surprised he didn't go. Christian Leroy Duncan, who has a fight against Roman Dolidze booked and has been running fools over. And then the true wildest of wild cards. And I can't decide if I want to do it or not. It's John Jones. And the vibes would be bad. I have an immaculate vibes team, and John Jones is bad vibes. But if we're going for wild, that's the best choice on the table. I think not. And I'm going to spec on a man who I have given more grief than most, who I think, is probably not going to win his return fight because it will probably be against Petr Yan. And he just got dummied by him. But he's going to fight twice because he's a crazy man. Give me Merab Dvalishvili as my wild card pick. Give me the volume over Christian Leroy Duncan.
Bad call.
Merab is the choice. Bad call.
Yeah, John Jones is the better one.
No, I don't. I'm not entirely sure. John Jones should be fighting Alex Pereira at the White House. I don't know that they're going to do that. So
I actually somehow have a little more confidence in Conor McGregor fighting than I do John Jones.
I was going to say, can I just say this? And obviously this was based on like who, what positions were already filled, but Conor McGregor went higher in this draft than Gaethje, Shavkat, Petr Yan,
Hamzat, who was undrafted.
Hamzat was undrafted. Oh, Valentina. Oh my gosh, Merab. What a world. Damon, you did it. You really outdone yourself this time.
It was the pick of the draft by far.
It was. Oh, not
does everyone have their teams in front of them? I do, but if you have your selected teams in front of them, we can do a very brief recap before we skedaddle on out of here. And I will go first. In descending order, my heavyweight, Taliesin Teixeira. Zhang Ming Yang is my light heavy. Damian Pinas is my middleweight. My welterweight is Shavkat Rakhmonov. My lightweight, Justin Gaethje. My featherweight, Diego Lopez. Bantamweight, David Martinez. Lonnie Kavanaugh is my flyweight. My women's bantamweight is Bia Mesquita. Carly Judice, my women's flyweight. Strawweight, Fatima Klein. And my wild card is former bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili. AK, please recap your team now.
Yeah, let me introduce my keepers first, of course. At lightweight, Max Holloway. At flyweight, Joshua Van. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming back. We're going to have another great season. I'll go up from my wild card. Quillen Salkilled. Jalen Robertson, future strawweight champion. Current flyweight champion, Valentina Shevchenko. Jocelyn Edwards, holding it down at 135, women's 135, men's 135. Alok Dog, Vinicius Oliveira. Kevin Vallejos, putting a lot of points in here. I got a lot of prospects here. John Paul Labosnoyani coming in at welterweight. Kyle Bahallo at middleweight. Alex Pereira, my number one pick at light heavyweight. And the team captain, Josh Hawkins at heavyweight.
Jose, do you have your team in front of you?
I do. And looking at my list in front of me now, I could theoretically, every single one of these fighters could absolutely lose their next fight if they fight at all. So I am either going to come in first or have 0 points by June. So
no one's at 0, so that'd be impressive.
I would love nothing more for me to come in 0. Like, just, But Derek Lewis, number one pick. Alberg, light heavyweight, doesn't even have a fight booked as of this recording. Hopefully that changes soon. Mansour Abdul Malik. Carlos Prates, Alexander Hernandez, Luke Riley, Umar, Charles Johnson, worst fighter in the UFC, Alex Pereira, Eduardo Mara, Tatiana Suarez, and then Payne Tall with the wild card. There is an absolute world where no one wins and the rest of them don't fight. So fingers crossed.
2 things. 1, Mansour Abdul Malik will win. So you've got at least that one. And 2, Alice Pereira is the second worst fighter because Haley Cowan is still under.
That's true. That's true.
Yerme Cruz, please recap your season 4 fantasy roster.
I said I was gonna just steer away from picking a lot of Brazilians because they didn't do me any favors last season. But again, I got 5 of 12 picks are Brazilians. So come on, Brazil, let's get some points from me. From the heaviest dudes to the lightest dudettes, we have Walter Walker at heavyweight, and then Yuri Prohaska, light heavyweight, Fluffy Hernandez at middleweight. At welterweight, Yaroslav Amosov. And lightweight, the next champion is Paddy Pimblett. On the same card, at featherweight, John Silva. And then At bantamweight, Peter Young, Kyoji Horiguchi at flyweight, and the ladies are Amanda Nunes, Alexa Grasso, and Alexia Tainara. And my wild card is Melky Costa de Dalmatian.
I mean, other than the Patty Pimblett, who's going to lose, I think that's a very, very solid team that you've
I'm
built.
jealous. That's such a fun team. I think that might
It's
be
a
the
fun
funnest
team,
Like,
too.
I think I'm looking
Sure has the most
like
fun.
I think Gee's list. If the majority of his fighters win, like this is the most fun. Like Kyoji, Fluffy, Yuri Prochazka, Walter Walker, Tainara.
That's why I don't win.
Pretty fun.
That's why I
AK.
don't win these drafts.
This
Just
is fun.
Fun
Jean
teams.
Silva. This is like such a fun.
AK,
one.
my team is pretty. I have the 2 fun women's fighters. The 2 of them are on. 3 of them, if we count Bia Mosquito. Are
You
on.
drafted Marab. You did that's.
He was almost fight of the year last year. He was fun.
That was great. He had two fight of the years actually.
It's incredible. So nonsense. Damon Martin, please recap your team.
Starting at heavyweight, Ante Delija. Light heavyweight, I got Modestas Bukauskas. At middleweight, the former 2-division champ himself, Rainier de Ridder. Welterweight, I got the champ, Islam Makhachev. Lightweight, Benoit Saint Denis. Featherweight, I also have the champ, Alexander Volkanovski. Bantamweight, I got Mario Batista. Flyweight, I have the future champ, Manel Kopp. Women's bantamweight, Eileen Perez. Women's flyweight, Natalia Silva, another future champion. And women's strawweight, the once and soon-to-be future champion, Zhang Wei Li. And my wild card, of course, none other than the man who will headline the White House, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Incredible.
Best pick of the draft. I might find a way to give you extra points just for something like that. And Mike Heck, please close us out with your 2026 team.
Ready to start a dynasty over here. From heavyweight down, we have the MVP of the last season, Waldo Cortes-Acosta. At heavyweight, at light heavyweight, Iwo Baranowski. Middleweight, the co-MVP, Atiba Gauthier from last season. Welterweight, Jacoby Smith. Lightweight, we got Daniel Zellhuber. Featherweight, we have the man who should be fighting for the featherweight title, Movsar Evloev. Bantamweight, Sean O'Malley. Flyweight, former 2-time champ Brandon Moreno. At women's 135, the champ herself, Kayla Harrison, getting ready to defend against Amanda Nunes. Women's 125, Macy Barber. At strawweight, Lupe Godinez. And Jed, the real best wildcard pick of this entire draft, the one and only Gable Steveson, who's not even on the roster just yet, but he will be, and he's going to make an immediate impact, and I have a feeling that man will be on my team forever and ever and ever. So
The fact that we're doing keepers makes that actually like not just fun, but also legitimately good pick.
thank
Like
you
a
so
legitimately
much.
very good pick. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Looking at this all, I think we screwed up. Somebody should have taken Hamzat. Like it's Hamzat. But other than that, I think we nailed it, frankly, boys. This is a very solid season. Season 4 kicks off next week. UFC 324 coming at you. By the time this is up, maybe Dana White has made some announcements, and some of us will look like geniuses and others fools. But until then, get ready. About to be another fun year of action on Paramount Plus this time. Until then, thank you for tuning in to join us for this. That's Mike Heck. That's Alexander Cayley. That's Jose Youngs. That's David Martin. That's Guillermo Cruz. And I am Jed Mashu. Love y'all. Got to update that graphic with Connor.
I was about to
Look
say.
at Hamzat. He looks so
Hamzat's
excited.
on it, and we have to put Connor in instead
He
of
looks
Hamzat
like
now.
Hamzat looks
No.
like Sage Northcutt at the GFL draft. He looks so excited. Like
Yeah.